Hey everybody, this is Victor again. Welcome back to the channel with my Ioniq 5. This is going to be part one of a two-part series. So today's video we are going to discuss what I believe is the one feature that for me personally sets the Ioniq 5 apart from the Model Y, the Mach E, the ID4, and the Polestar 2. This feature I believe provides the closest manual transmission-like driving experience that's currently available on the EV market. So, two important points to unpack there. The first one, I'm not trying to say the Ioniq 5 is a better car than those cars. If you've watched my videos, you'll probably understand I believe everyone has different priorities. Everyone has different uses and different needs from their EVs, and I think each of those EVs offers a different ownership experience. So, what best fits your lifestyle and your needs may not be the case for someone else. So, this is not a comparison or a statement of which EV is better. My statement is more so that the Ioniq 5 has a feature that makes it very different from the rest. Number two, I'm not saying that the Ioniq 5 drives exactly like a manual transmission car. That's just not possible considering most of these EVs are single speed. There's no shifting between gears. What I am trying to say is that the Ioniq 5's special feature provides a level of engagement and provides certain similarities to a manual transmission that none of these other EVs come close to providing. So as you know, this is coming from the perspective of an Ioniq 5 owner. I've test driven the Polestar 2, and I've had about a week of seat time with a Model 3 as a rental, but I've never driven the Model Y, I've never driven the Mach E, and I've never driven the ID4. So, while I don't have seat time in all of them, I do know enough and I have seen enough to know the rough limitations of those cars and what it means when it comes to this specific feature. So, what is this one amazing feature that I believe sets the Ioniq 5 apart? It's the Regen paddles, or the Regen system as a whole. The Ioniq 5 offers Regen paddles that allow the driver to change Regen levels on the fly. And I've got a clip in the background showing how easy and quick you can change Regen levels in the Ioniq 5. Now the Model Y, the Mach E, the ID4, and the Polestar 2, they do not offer anything close to this. With those EVs, you'll need to go into your infotainment screen, dig through the menus, and then select the regen level that you want. Depending on which EV, you may only be able to toggle between low and standard, or low, medium, high, something like that. Realistically, you won't be able to quickly modify your regen level, say every few seconds, because that will require you to take your eyes off the road, reach over, and try to hit a button on the touchscreen while the car is moving. Imagine trying to do that multiple times over the course of just 1 minute. It just isn't going to work well. But the Ioniq 5 allows you the ability to change regen levels instantly without ever taking your eyes off the road, without even moving your hands off the steering wheel, thanks to those paddles. So not only that, but the Ioniq 5 also comes with 5 preset levels plus an auto mode. Now let's go over the basics of the Ioniq 5's regen system with the paddles. The left paddle increases your regen braking, while the right paddle decreases the regen braking. You'll see there's plus and minus, and then also on the back of the paddles there's an indentation versus something that actually sticks out to help you differentiate. Now level 0 means you get no regen, which is great for coasting. Level 1 means you get a little bit of regen. Level 2 means you get a little more regen. Level 3 means you get even more regen. And then finally, I-pedal means you get max regen, and it also means you've enabled one pedal driving. There's also an auto regen function where the car will dictate the regen level based on the environment, taking into account traffic ahead and the change in elevations. So just from there, you can tell the Ioniq 5 system clearly has more flexibility, more options to choose from. So how does the Ioniq 5's regen system compare to the Polestar 2, the ID4, the Mach E, and Tesla? Well, as I mentioned before, I've only had seat time in about 2 of these cars, so a lot of this is based on research that I'm doing. So if I get some of this wrong, please let me know in the comment section below. So let's start it off with the Polestar 2. For this one, if you go into the infotainment system, you can switch between off, low, and standard. They call it one pedal drive mode, but my understanding is that's basically regen. You can determine if you want it off, low, or standard. And then they also have creep mode, which you can choose from on or off. But again, everything here must be done through the infotainment system. You'll see here, this information is pulled directly from Polestar. They're calling standard as ideal for stop-and-go traffic and city driving. Low provides more coasting, which is ideal for road trips, and off allows for a more conventional driving experience. Next, we jump to the ID4. They have a toggle switch mounted on the driver's display, essentially your shifter that you can use to determine if you want to do drive, neutral, reverse. But there is a D and a B setting. The D appears to provide varying amounts of regen, but you have to select Eco Assistance toggled on in the infotainment system. If you have it toggled off, then it will provide no regen and will provide a coasting feeling. But again, you have to toggle that off for the Eco Assistance option in the infotainment system. In B setting, that provides a preset level of regen. You cannot change it to do less or more. Also, it will not come to a complete stop. There is no such thing as one pedal driving, to my knowledge, in the ID4. And this here is pulled from the ID4's user manual. As you can see, D is normal drive, but with Eco Assistance selected on, it provides automatic brake energy recuperation, whereas the B setting is just high brake energy recuperation. Then we jump to the Mach E. The Mach E is interesting because they tie it to the drive modes. So in your infotainment system, if you hit engage, you can select one pedal drive mode. If you select whisper, you can select one pedal drive mode. And if you go to unbridled, you can also pick one pedal drive mode. And each drive mode kind of changes how much regen you get. I believe unbridled is essentially the sportiest and will give you the highest amount of regen, whereas whisper, I believe, is the lowest. And here's a look at this readout provided by Ford about those different drive modes. It doesn't give you a full explanation of what it's doing in terms of regen, but it gives you a rough idea. And lastly, we look at Tesla. So when I was in the rental, and this would have been about a year ago, I remember being able to choose low or standard regenerative braking through the center display. Now, supposedly this feature has been removed for all the newer models. Feel free to let me know if that's still the case. But Tesla does provide 3 different stopping modes: creep, hold, and roll, and you can read a little bit more about it here. So now that you've seen a bit of a preview of the other systems, I think it's pretty clear that with all of them, they require you as the driver to dig through the center screen menus, to find the settings tab, and then to toggle that specific setting to what you want. There's no paddles, there's no quick access button or switch that will directly change the regen level instantly. So just from a user standpoint, the difference is pretty clear between these and the Ioniq 5. Now, you might be thinking at this point, well, I don't care about changing regen levels on the fly, which is a valid point. But for what about those people that don't want to choose one level and then stick with it? What do you do in that case? Well, what if you want to be able to change your regen level as you see fit, whenever you want, however you want? That leads us to point number 2, where I said that I believe the Ioniq 5's regen system with paddles provides the most manual transmission-like driving experience that you can currently find on the EV market. A couple of final points that I want to mention: the Kia EV6 and the upcoming Genesis GV60, plus a few of the other EVs and plug-in hybrids coming from the Hyundai, Kia, Genesis group. They all offer the same exact or very similar regen system with paddles. So what I've said for the Ioniq 5 can actually be said for them as well. Also, the Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid actually comes with the next closest system in terms of a regen paddle braking system. I think they may be the only other manufacturer using a true paddle for regen braking system. Their system also has multiple levels, I think it's about 5 of them, that can be toggled through the paddles. The big difference here is that their system will not bring you to a complete stop. Their system also does not provide one pedal driving, but all things considered, that's still a pretty nice setup. And the final system that I want to mention is from the Chevy Bolt. It has a single paddle on the left side that I believe acts like an on-off switch. You cannot toggle any levels with that paddle. So I think that covers information on all the different systems that are available. And I think the Ioniq 5 system provides the most manual-like experience in the EV market because of the way that they're set up. And part 2 is coming where I'm going to show you how I typically drive using the Regen paddle system, and I'll also show you which parts remind me most of that manual driving experience. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.